right, folks, John Rush, your host here. Alex Bookman, my assistant behind the camera. We're going to do the long review, the long version, I should say. There's a short version in the sidebar of the same review. 2016, yes, 2016. I know it's only July of 2015, but 2016 Nissan Maxima, all new from the ground up. Let's walk around it, check out the front end first, then I'll walk you through it. We'll come back, or we'll do the driving portion, come back, walk you through the interior, and then I'll give you my opinion. But it's got the V styling front end that's Nissan signature. They actually, when they went out and designed this car, before they designed it, I should say, they got a lot of inspiration for this car from the Blue Angels. The designers went down, visited that team, looked at the airplanes, got a lot of thoughts in how to design this car from that particular visit. This is a great vehicle. Starts off at roughly $32,000 is where the Maxima starts with. Goes all the way up, of course, into the Platinum Edition, which again adds a lot more dollars to that. But it's the V-Motion front end, the boomerang headlights, which you can actually see. It's got a floating roof design, again, that was inspired from them going out to the Blue Angels. As we get into the inside, you'll see the 8-inch touchscreen, some of what they've done with the interior, the center stack, and all of that. This really is a great car. They've done a really good job, nice styling, 300 horsepower V6. This car just flat out works, and it just has some fantastic styling. What they've done with the lights is kind of wrapped them up into the hood. They've then continued on with the lines all the way down the side. Really, it's a really, really good-looking car. There was a really quick snapshot of this car in one of the Super Bowl commercials. I've been waiting to drive it and get in it, and we're one of the first people here in Denver to actually get behind the wheel of the Nissan Maxima. I've really, really enjoyed driving this car. It's one of those that I'm just going to have a hard time giving up. So walking around the back, nice roomy door, as you can see there, to get into the back, which I'll get into in just a minute. Walking around to the back, it's a good-looking car all the way around. Dual exhaust coming out the back. It's just got a nice, I don't know how to say it. They've just done a really, really nice job on this car. It's got some different modes in driving to where you can actually hear more of the driving performance when you're actually on the interior. Some of that I'll do my best to show you in the driving portion, which we're going to do here in just a minute, but I'm not sure I'll be able to get to all of that. Those are some of the things that you just have to get behind the wheel yourself and check this car out for yourself. But I tell you what, let's take a quick drive. I'll come back, we'll go through the trunk, the rest of the interior, and I'll give you my opinion of the all-new 2016 Nissan Maxima. Going to do a driving test, I should say now, of the 2016 Nissan Maxima, all new. Real quick, I want to show you. It's got a fantastic sunroof system in it. It really is great. They call it a floating roof design, this particular model, the SL. It does have the full sunroof, even for the backseat passengers. It doesn't open to the back seat, but it does open here for the front. But it just gives you a nice panoramic look out. It's just, again, it's just great. Some of the things they've done with this car that I'll talk about before we start driving, because I want to be quiet in a portion of the driving portion here when I actually get going to show you how quiet this car is inside. So normally you have a laminated windshield and normal tempered glass on the sides that shatter if you're ever in an accident. What they've done is they've got safety glass now, of course, on the windshield, and they've laminated the side windows to help with wind noise. So it's given it a nice, quiet interior cab. The other thing they've done is triple seals around each door, again, adding to the fact that they can actually make the inside of this a lot more quiet. They've done some sound deadening, things like that. And as you can see from even just me sitting in here, I've got the air conditioning on because it's hot outside. It's quiet. Even just sitting here, it's quiet. You just don't hear anything around you. It's one of the best things about this car that I've really enjoyed. When I come back, we'll talk about some of the apportionments on the inside, the way the interior is laid out. But some things that they've done really, really well that I think is just fantastic is nice 8-inch touchscreen, which Nissan, you finally have come into the new century with your nav system, audio, and all of that. This is great. It works fantastic. I love having the tune button. Everything else in this screen works fantastic. You hit your menu. It tells you exactly where you want to go. You can sync your phone up. That part's very, very easy. It does have a camera system where you can actually look around the car. Let me see if I can hit that real quick. It's on. And actually, let me just put it in reverse. You can see the camera system here, which works well. And I'm going to back up real quick, and it does have the grid lines that turn to kind of tell you where you're getting as far as the curb and all that goes. How, if you're parking challenged, the grids actually work really well for a lot of you people out there that are that way. I'm not, but it does work well. Go back to park, that turns off. As I go through the menu, you can go to your nav system, which is the map. I can go back to the normal menu. I can go to the info, which gives you all the different things going on, weather, stock, sports, fuel prices. That's all part of the Nissan Connect system. Again, I can go to the phone. You can change the settings in it. One of the other cool things about it is it gives you a quick, and it's hard to see this probably with the camera, but in front of me, in the driver information screen, if you would, it gives you all of the information that you need, and I can scroll through all those different things. And this particular vehicle does have lane departure warning, brake warning, and so on. The Platinum edition of this actually tells you, it actually tracks how you're driving. And if you start to drive erratically, it actually pops up on the screen, audible sound, basically tells you to take a rest, and a cup of coffee actually shows up on the screen to tell you, listen, hey, you're getting tired. We don't want you to be distracted. We don't want you falling asleep while you're driving. Take a break, get back in the car. So that's on the Platinum edition. Again, each one of these vehicles, the models, I should say, the 2016 Nissan Maxima, each one of the trim packages gives you standard options. There's no additions. Whatever you get with that particular model, that's what you get. So let's take a quick drive. The 300 horsepower engine works fantastic. It's got a new CVT transmission that actually holds in gear at different times depending upon what you're doing with the vehicle, cornering, handling, you know, starting hard from a stop, all those different things. The transmission adapts and does what you need to do to make it work really well. You wouldn't know this has a CVT transmission when you drive it because it just doesn't act like one. So Nissan, you've come a long way from your early CVTs. This car works. Again, it just works phenomenal. It's a great car. So I'm going to be quiet, let you hear how quiet the interior is as we go down the hill. Not only quiet, also very smooth. There is different selection modes on how to make this car work and run. I talked about that in the opening. If you want to hear more of the throatiness of the engine, how it actually sounds and so on, you put it in the sport mode, and they've done that with some acoustics where it actually opens up, makes the car a little louder, makes it sportier, it changes the feeling of the suspension and the steering and all those different things. And no matter how much I drive this car in a video, I can't show you those things. You need to get behind the wheel of this car, drive it for yourself, and see how all those things work, because I just can't show you that stuff in a video, and frankly, neither can anybody else. You have to get out and drive this car. How comfortable is this car though? For me, scale of 1 to 10, it's a 10. It's phenomenal. Nobody that's been in this car yet has said one negative thing about it. It's a fantastic car, especially for the dollars you're spending to buy this car. So again, check it out at your local Nissan dealer. Let's come right back though. I'll walk you through the rest of the interior where you can see exactly how this car works. I'm gonna give you a little romp on it here. Car works well, drives well, handles well. Fantastic car for the money. We'll be right back. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the driving portion of the 2016 Nissan Maxima. One of the things that, again, Nissan was maybe not the inventor of it, really pushed hard. Just the fob, no key, hit a button, trunk pops up. Again, it's not automatic. I do have to give it a little bit of a push to get it on up. But again, for not a luxury sedan, they've covered up the hinges, which again make the car look really, really nice. This has got features on it really that compete with the luxury brands that are on the market. Again, you can see the seats will fold down. You can pull this right there, and the seat will actually fold down up here. If I can get to do it. Maybe. There we go. Get my arm around there, so that seat will fold down. You can do the same thing on the other side. And one thing you'll notice is it's got a nice kind of a V opening there to where it actually slopes up to give you even more room as you start to stack things in. So if you're somebody that's looking to, skis, snowboards, things that are long that you need to put in, you want to fold down one seat or both seats to get more capacity cargo room wise, full ability to actually do that. Let me put this seat back up. I'll shut this door, shut the trunk, and I'll come around to the back seat and show you how much room we actually have in the rear portion of this car, which, again, sloped roof, so watch as I get in to see if my head gets close to this. I'm 5'10". It really doesn't. I have plenty of room just to get in. This seat, again, more than enough seat room for the person in the front seat right now. As you can see, this is set for me at 5'10" on the driver's seat, and you can see how much further this is back. So even if you had somebody that was well over 6 feet tall in the passenger seat, me in the back, if I was sitting back here at 5'10", my knees are not touching them. I'm close, but they're not touching. But I still have plenty of room in the back seat. This is a full 5-passenger sedan. In the driving portion, we showed you the entire moonroof, which works great even for the backseat passenger, which, again, we talked about earlier. Some of the cool things on this car, which I think we can get a shot of right now. Nice, soft-touch materials. And I like showing you in the back seat because typically the front seat is either above and beyond what's in the back seat, but all nice, soft-touch throughout. And it's not some cheap plastic soft touch. I mean, it's got a real nice leather feel to it. Some anodized, you know, what looks like anodized aluminum. It's a plastic piece, but it looks like aluminum with the wood grain chrome handle. Really have done a nice job. And even this has kind of an aerodynamic look to it, cup holder below it. They've just done a really, really nice job on the apportionments of this car. Getting out, again, very simple, nice slope to it, not hard at all. I'm going to open the door for Alex. I'll jump around to the front seat and show you what's going on in the cockpit of the 2016 Nissan Maxima. All right, folks, I'm now in the front seat of the 2016 Nissan Maxima, and again, all new for 2016. Some cool things they've done. It's got really one of the, in my opinion, finest cockpits of any type of a car of this class that it's competing with. And what I mean by that is everything is easy to reach. It's got a huge 8-inch, screen in the center stack, which we showed you in the driving portion. But again, my hands, I'm sitting back just where I need to be, and I can reach everything without even stretching. They've tilted this just enough to where it's really easy for me to get to everything. All of your driving modes, of course, are down here. You can adjust what's going on the screen right here. The seats, heaters are located right here. Cup holders, of course, and there's a compartment here where you can actually, it's a really deep compartment. You can store your phone, 2 USB ports, and so on. Glove box down below. But again, nice apportionments on the inside. They've really done a fantastic job of, in my opinion, making this car compete with even some of the Lexuses, and I know Infiniti is the same parent, same company as Nissan. But really, this car competes with Lexus, Infiniti, Acura. They've done a great job on the interior of this car. For being a mid-level sedan, it competes with cars that literally cost $10,000, $15,000 or more higher than this car. The way it runs, handles, drives, the apportionments inside. They've just done a great job. So I tell you what, let me come back. I'll give you the pros and cons of the 2016 Nissan Maxima. All right, folks, I want to give you my opinion of the all-new 2016 Nissan Maxima. And as you can tell from even the excitement in my voice going through the rest of this review, I really love this car. It's a great value. You're going to be able to get this car, really equipped super well and stay under $40,000 and get 30 miles to the gallon out of a 300 horsepower engine vehicle. The car drives well, handles well. It's quiet. In the driving portion, I talked about it, the laminated glass that's on the side windows, which are right here, which again help with the quietness, the floating roof, the full sunroof. I can't say enough about this car. Nissan, you hit a home run. The car has great styling. You've done fantastic. It really does compete with cars that cost a lot more money than this. So Nissan, fantastic job. Folks, I really don't have any cons for this car. The trunk room is more than sufficient. Back seat leg room is great. I had passengers in it. They loved it. Everybody that got into this car or even got close to it loved this car. They liked the look. They liked the feel. They liked how it drove. I've got no negatives on this car whatsoever. So if you need to know more about this car or you want to know more about it, you want to get behind the wheel and drive it, head over to your local Nissan dealer. Please be sure to tell them that you heard about them on Drive Radio from John and Richard Rush. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this last review that we've just done. And as always, we say this, but we really do mean it. Get out, drive the car, put yourself, your family, your pet, whatever you're going to do with the vehicle, please get out, get in it, drive it. Make sure when you go and do that, you tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. For all of our other reviews, content, things that we have, you can check that out at our website, drive-radio.com. Please go and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Drive Radio. And of course, you found this on YouTube, because that's where we put all these videos up. Our channel, Drive Radio, all one word. Go check out all the rest of our reviews. Like it, comment. Do whatever you need to. We want to be here to help you pick out the right vehicle for you, because as we always say, there's really not too many bad vehicles made today. There's just bad vehicle choices. So with that, I hope you have a great evening, great day, whatever it is. Just enjoy, and again, thanks so much for watching.